Today's story is a survival story of a woman named Neo. She trapped in a container and she also pregnant and that container flowing in the middle of ocean. So friends, let's check out how she survived and saved her child from this dangerous environment. Beginning of the movie, where we see a taxi driver taking some people somewhere in the dark of night, where we see the main characters of the movie, Nico and Neo. Who are they? Save them from the police there and take them to their boss. Where Nico gives him money, in which he asks him for more money, in which Nico says that he does not have any more money. Then they ask him for his ring, in which Nico gives him the ring, and then they both are locked in a container. Is given where other people were locked. In fact, due to lack of food in the country where they are now, the government has made a law to kill children and pregnant women because Neo was pregnant. Due to which they plan to flee the country. Those people came in this container today. Now we see Neo and Nico sitting and talking to each other, where a chocolate comes out from Neo's bag, to which Neo asks, where did you get this from? Then Nico says that he will not tell, but you can eat it when you reach where we have set out for. In the very next scene we see Neo crying, thinking about her elder daughter who was killed by the police there. Then the container stops after some distance and it was opening from outside, so Nico goes in front of the gate. At the same time the gate opens and many people start climbing into the container. Due to there being more people, the boss there says that half the people go up, you have to go to another container, but no one was listening, on which the boss fires a gun and scares everyone and takes them to another container. But Nico was near the gate, due to which he is also asked to go to another container, but he says that I was in this container, but no one listens to him and takes him to another container, due to which Neo and Nico let's get separated in the container of Neo. The decision of this has been made, on the basis of which I will come to some front, and he says to Neo, don't trust anyone. Then the call gets tough. After going some distance, Neo looks from the hall from the top of the container, where outside everyone was fighting for food and drinks and the policemen were shooting them like animals, and children and pregnant women were being shot, were kept in cages so that they're seeing whom she can eliminate. She gets scared and cries because there were all the pregnant girls and women in Neo's container. Now when the bus reaches near Bara, posted there alights the driver and asks him to give the documents of the vehicle and the receipt of the goods kept in the container. He asks to see that there was a separate chamber made for hiding inside the same container where all the people hide, and the major there says that we want to open it and check, and when he goes inside there is nothing there. After which he goes out, then he starts sucking, and then he goes inside with his sends the constable, and he himself stands near the front of the container and then asks the constable to shoot. When he shoots, the major understands everything and goes inside and asks everyone to come out, on which no one, when he was not coming out, he threatened to shoot him. When a girl opens the gate, Neo walks over the wooden box kept nearby, then the major asks everyone to shoot, after which no one is left alive except Neo. Now they throw all the loss out and they close the container, but Neo survives. But she was scared, she messages Nico and asks him to hide. Now the scene cuts and we see that the container is kept in a submarine. Then she calls Nico, but the call does not go through. Then she sees that in front of her there was a bag read which belonged to one of the girls. She takes that bag and goes to sleep. But big storm, the submarine starts shaking very fast, due to which the container also shakes and Neo gets hurt a lot. She shouts for someone to help her because she can hear the sound of some people outside. Then the scene gets cut. When Neo wakes up from unconsciousness, the container is filled with water. She was unable to understand anything. When she looked outside, she was stunned because now she was not in the sea but in the middle of the ocean, and there was only water for a long distance. It was visible that when she picked up the phone, it was because her phone was broken. It was not working. Then she sees that water is coming in due to the hole at the bottom of the container. To close it, she opens all the boxes. Of some there is t-shirt, in some TB, and in some wine. And she read the earphones, and then she closes the hole with the help of an app. Then she hears the sound of people shouting. When she looks outside, the same container inside which her husband Nico was drowning. Seeing this, she breaks down completely and starts crying. She knew that now Nico will not survive, so she will leave soon. She quickly connects to another phone and calls him, but the call does not go through. Then she was sewing the vein on her hand with a knife when suddenly her child kicked her in the stomach, due to which she cancelled the death and it got completely opened, where she was dreaming that she was drowning. Then her eyes open and she sees that the holes she had closed have opened again. So the rubber of the box lying inside the box gets wet due to rain. The call was not from anyone, it's Nico. He said that I had run away from the container. After saying this, the call gets disconnected. Neo didn't call him because phone also broken. Once again there is a storm in the sea. Due to this the container starts shaking, and at this time Neo's delivery takes place, which was horrified. After that 3 days passed, Neo has nothing to eat. She managed only by drinking water. Her baby was crying. Then she saw a drilling machine and she tries to cut the container upper side with holes. After drilling half, the drill machine stops working, due to which she throws it away and opens the mobile again, but due to its screen being broken it does not work, due to which she gets angry and throws all those things away. If a knife is visible then he will use it to remove the container. She starts cutting and then she hits by Wu, to which she falls scared, and after some time she starts cutting the container again, but this time her knife breaks and there was no running water nearby and she could only drink water. In the next scene, we see that it was raining and water was falling from the same place where she was cutting. She fills the entire container with water and then takes the belt to which the box was tied and opens the upper part of the container with great force. And after hard work that container opens. But when she goes above the container, she sees only water in the distance, and then she throws her daughter's poop in the water, due to which a lot of fishes come there. So she ties an iron in her belt, fishing, but despite trying very hard she fails to catch the fish. And there goes the lead. After some time, she sees a plane passing there. She quickly goes into the container and is coming up with the lead of the TV. When her thigh gets completely torn by the sharp edge of the container, but in the same way, it uses that lead to reflect light so that the people on the plane can see them, but nothing happens. Then she takes out the motherboard of the TV kept in the container and takes out a sharp wire from it and stitches her thighs with a wire. Just think, sewing your own body and the two with a wire. In the next scene we see that she makes a net using all the earphones and then goes fishing, after which she eats it to her heart's content and puts her number in many boxes and throws them in the sea so they can help her come and get all its ingredients in the container today. Heavy days had passed, but till now she was not seeing any ray of hope. In the next scene we see that she was remembering her elder daughter and tells the whole story to her grandmother in front of the child, in which we know that his daughter was abducted when she came out of the house and she was killed. In the next scene we see that it is night time and she comes to the container with the light. Just then Nico calls her, in which he says that I will not be able to come to save you. You will have to get out of there yourself because I have been caught. And I've been shot. I just called you to say goodbye. Hearing this, Neo starts crying and tells him that she had delivered. Says, just like you said we would have a daughter, we have a daughter. The call gets disconnected. Afterward, water suddenly starts filling completely from the hole of the container. Then Neo goes inside the container trying to get some things. Neo's foot gets stuck, and her child's board starts floating on top and moves away. Neo comes out of the container, but their child is nowhere to be found. Neo starts looking for her baby and passes by a whale that releases its water and starts crying as it comes over her baby. Then she finds her baby, whose name is Noah. The next morning, we see that the fish kept in box start being thrown, causing many sea eagles to gather there. After some time, from a long distance, some people come for fishing on a boat but do not get any fish. Then their eyes fall on Neo's child because there are many such seagulls. After that, they take the boat closer and pick up that child. They then realize that Neo also tied to the board, so they take Neo on the boat in their arms and help Neo to breathe. Inform the rescue team about this, and when Neo realizes that she really survived, she gets very happy. So friends, that was the end of the movie. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more interesting videos like this. Thanks for watching.